And then obviously compounded with that is just box office fortunes, which are slightly different. How I had two questions relating to that. One is, how are you sort of seeing the box office changes that have happened, over the last 5 years? And the second one was, traditionally in your business, what was the international exposure for some of the films that you were helping get out? Was international 15%, 30%? How much was it to the overall revenues?
Well, there's a couple of questions there. The first, let me just talk about the box office for first instance, which is, the pandemic really decimated the box office on a worldwide basis.
That's right.
I think it also has changed the demographics. Before the pandemic, you had an older audience regularly going to the cinema because it was fairly inexpensive entertainment. Since the pandemic, that older audience really hasn't come back for the most part. So the younger audience has, and they're more willing to go back to the cinemas. And so the content, I think, has really changed. I think you've seen a huge increase in horror, action, perhaps younger stars.
Right.
It's really changed the content. And I think that we are very, very slow to see films for older audiences, for adults who would rather stay at home and watch it on a streaming platform.